Hi, welcome back to Annie's Kitchen. Today, for dinner, we're going to be doing partially some leftovers and partially not. Um, it's called the poor man's meal, but I put my own little twist on it, and so the kids love it. We love it. So, and it's relatively inexpensive. So, let's get started. And here's what I'm using for this recipe. I'm using leftover tiny baby potatoes, 2 packages of sausage that are pre-cooked. I had leftover vegetables that I'm using, a big onion diced. I'm using some herbs from Provence, herbs de Provence, some garlic granules, and Italian seasoning, and any other seasonings that I could come up with. Okay, so on medium heat, I put in about 3 pats of butter, and I'm going to put drizzle some olive oil in it. Okay, now that it's all melted down, I'm going to add my potatoes, my leftover potatoes from last night. There are some leftover onions and some very few leftover straggler pieces of meat because, that's how it grows. And I'm going to fry these up to warm them through, and then we'll be on to the next step. Now that the potatoes are warming up very, very nicely, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, it ended up being about 2 cups of onion, and I'm going to saute it. Okay, so I put the onions in there, and they are now sauteing in there for a couple minutes. Then keep on stirring them until they become opaque. Okay, now that it smells absolutely fantastic in here, I'm going to, as you see, the onions got a little bit more opaque. And it smells fantastic in here, so I'm going to start ladling over some of the vegetables. And when this is done, I'll be back. I'm also going to add in about a cup of chicken broth. Keep those potatoes nice and moist. Okay, and it was at that point that I added my seasonings, my herbs de Provence. I used about 3/4 of a tablespoon, a teaspoon of garlic, and I sprinkled on the Italian seasoning. Now I'm going to add my sausage. I used up almost the whole 2 packs. I reserved 2 of the sausage links, however. Okay, I'm going to stir this up and I'll show you where it's at. I'm going to also add some Maggi seasoning to it. It adds umami, not Yodaddy, but umami seasoning. And it's really, really good. It's not spicy, it's not peppery, it just gives it that little, it's a different flavor. It's really fantastic flavor. Okay, on the spur of the moment, I decided to add in some pasta sauce. I thought it needed some tomato, and I don't have any tomatoes. All I have is pasta sauce with tomatoes in it. So I'm going to stir that up. I ended up adding a tablespoon of Maggi seasoning, and I stirred it up, tasted it. It tastes fantastic. Fantastic, I tell you. So we're going to put the lid on it, cover it up, let it simmer for about, I'm going to say about 20 minutes, and then it'll be time to plate up and serve. And then we'll do the teen tasting test. Okay, it's teen testing time.
There we go. Good. I like it.
All right.
Something different in it this time?
Yes, I did.
All right.
Yeah.
It's very good.
It's very good. Camera Shy Teen had to chime in on this one. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. Serve it with a hunk of bread and some butter, and then you have a good poor man's meal. So, hope you try this one. It's good. Hi. Thanks for watching all the way through. The poor man's meal was a success. As you saw, the boys loved it. When the hubby got home, he loved it. I also served it with some bread, and that bread went, and I made enough for leftovers, which was an excellent thing, because the boys loved it so much. This is easy to freeze. You can freeze all this stuff up, and I hope that you are inspired to try your own. And well, everybody have a great rest of the day, and continue watching, because tonight is soup and sandwich night, and I'm making sauerkraut soup, kapusta soup, as my grandma used to call it. This is my grandma's recipe modernized. So thanks for watching, and please subscribe. Have a great night.